that every community deserves access to absolute peace and quality standard of living. To actualize this vision, we need your support and partnership. Join forces with us to improve rural infrastructure, enhance quality education, boost healthcare, and foster economic growth. Together, we can create opportunities for youth empowerment and employment, promote cultural heritage, and ensure food security and strengthen community social services. How you can support: participate in community engagement forums and collaborate with local government authorities and the Ministry of Community Development. Come, let's build a prosperous Bayelsa together. Courtesy, Honorable Alfred Belamonte Watson, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Community Development. The impacts of climate change are upon us, necessitating adaptation and resilient building. In Bayelsa State, the recent annual rainy season has brought severe consequences, including excessive flash floods and river flooding, causing untold hardship for residents. However, under the leadership of His Excellency Senator Doye Duri, the Prosperity Government has taken proactive measures to mitigate these effects. The establishment of the Directorate of Floods and Erosion Control, along with the strengthening of other related agencies such as the Bayelsa State Emergency Management Agency, demonstrates a commitment to reducing the impact of floods. To further enhance resilience, major blocked canals, river outlets, and drainage systems are being cleared, and higher grounds have been identified in all 8 local government areas to provide safe havens during floods. While the government is dedicated to ensuring the well-being of Bayelsans, residents also have a crucial role to play by cooperating with government agencies, staying alert to flood warnings, maintaining a clean environment, clearing blocked drainages, and reporting challenges to relevant authorities for prompt action. Through collective efforts, we can bolster our resilience and effectively combat the challenges posed by climate change. Stay safe. Courtesy, Office of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Environment, Honorable A.B. Ben Olulu.
Every ripple starts with a single drop. In Bayelsa, that drop is the Education Development Trust Fund Board (EDTF). From the moment a child sits down to a nutritious meal to the day a scientist steps into a brand new laboratory, EDTF is there, turning challenges into opportunities. 5,000 meals served daily in our model boarding secondary schools. Biological sciences laboratory equipment delivered to Niger Delta University. 1,000 teachers and school leaders trained with the British Council. Special education teachers graduating from Ignatius Ajuru University under EDTF. Scholarship research grants fueling innovation in our state-owned tertiary institutions. TVET, science labs, water facilities, culinary kitchens, and clinical labs springing up across Bayelsa. Vocational scaffolding trainings and a computer-based testing center at UAT Tororua. These are not just projects, they are ripples that spread across classrooms, communities, and the entire state. But a ripple grows stronger when more hands join the water. So whether you're an organization, or a corporate partner, or an individual who believes in education, you can be part of this ripple. Support EDTF and help us expand Ripple. Donate, partner, or volunteer today. Together, let's transform our educational landscape. EDTF, building futures and putting smiles on faces.
It's on. Yes, so Ijo Youth Council Worldwide (IYC) Resurgence Mission 2026 don't come o. Now tested leader, a seasoned administrator, and strong voice for Ijo Nation. Barrister Ayibakura Igbeta, PhD, former legal advisor of the Ijo Youth Council Worldwide, former SA Media and Publicity to MD CEO of NDDC, former SA on Youth Affairs to Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, and Naimi currently Secretary General Bayelsa State Center for Youth Development. In vision, they very clear: unity for the council and protection of Ijo people rights for all Naija Delta. The support for transition security the initiative and make government put better money for Naija data agencies, plus opportunity for all Ijaw youths for inside job matter and development. Yes, so time don reach for us to select the correct secretary wey go pilot the affairs of the Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide IYC 2026. Oh yeah, make we quick vote Barrister Ayibakura Igbeta PhD for Secretary General Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide. Vote wisely. Ado Alua Onua.
One of the problems we have in Nigeria is that it's difficult to have solid metals for creative engineering. So what you basically have in this country are tubes for building of houses and erection of structures and all that. But when you come to real metals that you can carve to engine block, metal that you can carve to a shaft or gear, there is nowhere to get in this country. So a country that does not have a shop for metals to cut can never develop. If we had shops where you can go and buy all kinds of grades of metals, it would be easier for the young to get the metals and come to a place like us, and then we will carve it for them, cut, bend, and then do all that. This country will develop, but we don't have. We have to look at China or any of those countries to bring those things to us. So that is the story of Nigeria.
Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
My country people, as the second phase of nationwide continuous voter registration don't end, so INEC go begin display the preliminary register of voters from Wednesday 29th April go reach Tuesday 5th May 2026 for all INEC local government area office where the registration happen. Once the display start, chance go open for we country people to check whether their informate correct or any mistake they for how they take spell their name, date of birth or address. It never finish. Our people say if you see something, say something. People still fit do amebo give INEC if then see name of person where don't die or foreigner when in name don't enter the preliminary register of voters, make INEC fit take comot them. Make una join hand with us, make our national voter register for better well. Now INEC they bring una this message. Now we they make una vote count. Now we they make our democracy stand. Gidigba.
Bayelsa State, home of peace, yo. We are for the peace.
Dear esteemed community leaders and people of Bayelsa State, the Doiduri-led Prosperity Government is committed to transforming our rural communities into thriving hubs of development. We believe that every community deserves access to absolute peace and quality standard of living. To actualize this vision, we need your support and partnership. Join forces with us to improve rural infrastructure, enhance quality education, boost healthcare, and foster economic growth. Together, we can create opportunities for youth empowerment and employment, promote cultural heritage, and ensure food security and strengthen community social services. How you can support? Participate in community engagement forums and collaborate with local government authorities and the Ministry of Community Development. Come, let's build a prosperous Bayelsa together.
Let there be peace, all for peace.
Courtesy, Honorable Alfred Belamonte Watson, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Community Development. The impacts of climate change are upon us, necessitating adaptation and resilient building. In Bayelsa State, the recent annual rainy season has brought severe consequences, including excessive flash floods and river flooding, causing untold hardship for residents. However, under the leadership of His Excellency, Senator Doye Duri, the Prosperity Government has taken proactive measures to mitigate these effects. The establishment of the Directorate of Floods and Erosion Control, along with the strengthening of other related agencies such as the Bayelsa State Emergency Management Agency, demonstrates a commitment to reducing the impact of floods. To further enhance resilience, major blocked canals, river outlets, and drainage systems are being cleared, and higher grounds have been identified in all 8 local government areas to provide safe havens during floods. While the government is dedicated to ensuring the well-being of Bayelsans, residents also have a crucial role to play by cooperating with government agencies, staying alert to flood warnings, maintaining a clean environment, clearing blocked drainages, and reporting challenges to relevant authorities for prompt action. Through collective efforts, we can bolster our resilience and effectively combat the challenges posed by climate change. Stay safe. Courtesy, Office of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Environment, Honorable A.B. Ben Olulu.
Every ripple starts with a single drop. In Bayelsa, that drop is the Education Development Trust Fund Board (EDTF). From the moment a child sits down to a nutritious meal to the day a scientist steps into a brand new laboratory, EDTF is there, turning challenges into opportunities. 5,000 meals served daily in our model boarding secondary schools. Biological sciences laboratory equipment delivered to Niger Delta University. 1,000 teachers and school leaders trained with the British Council. Special education teachers graduating from Ignatius Ajuru University under EDTF. Scholarship research grants fueling innovation in our state-owned tertiary institutions. TVET, science labs, water facilities, culinary kitchens, and clinical labs springing up across Bayelsa. Vocational scaffolding trainings and a computer-based testing center at UAT Tororua. These are not just projects, they are ripples that spread across classrooms, communities, and the entire state. But a ripple grows stronger when more hands join the water. So whether you're an organization, or a corporate partner, or an individual who believes in education, you can be part of this ripple. Support EDTF and help us expand Ripple. Donate, partner, or volunteer today. Together, let's transform our educational landscape. EDTF, building futures and putting smiles on faces.
It's on. Yes, so Enjoy Youth Council Worldwide (IYC) Resurgence Mission 2026 don't come o. Now tested leader, a seasoned administrator, and strong voice for Ijaw Nation. Barrister Ayibakura Igbeta, PhD, former legal advisor of the Enjoy Youth Council Worldwide, former SA Media and Publicity to MD CEO of NDDC, former SA on Youth Affairs to Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, and Naimi currently Secretary General Bayelsa State Center for Youth Development. In vision, they very clear: unity for the council and protection of Ijaw people rights for all Niger Delta. The support for Tantisa Security Initiative and make government put better money for Niger Delta agencies, plus opportunity for all Ijaw youth for inside job matter and development. Yes, so time is for us to select the correct secretary. We go pilot the affairs of the Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide (IYC) 2026. Oh yeah, we make we vote Barrister Ayibakura Igbeta, PhD, for Secretary General Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide. Vote wisely. Ado Alua Onua.
One of the problems we have in Nigeria is that it's difficult to have solid metals for creative engineering. So what you basically have in this country are tubes for building of houses and erection of structures and all that. But when you come to real metals that you can carve to engine block, metal that you can carve to a shaft or gear, there is nowhere to get in this country. So a country that does not have a shop for metals to cut can never develop. If we had shops where you can go and buy all kinds of grades of metals, it would be easier for the young to get the metals and come to a place like us, and then we will carve it for them, cut, bend, and then do all that. This country will develop, but we don't have. We have to look at China or any of those countries to bring those things to us. So that is the story of Nigeria.
Z-Tin for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
My country people, as the second phase of nationwide continuous voter registration don't end so, INEC go begin display the preliminary register of voters from Wednesday 29th April go reach Tuesday 5th May 2026 for all INEC local government area office where the registration happen. Once the display start, chance go open for we country people to check whether their informate correct or any mistake they for how they take spell their name, date of birth or address. It never finish oh. Our people say if you see something, say something. People still fit do amebo give INEC if them see name of person wey don die or foreigner wey im name don enter the preliminary register of voters, make INEC fit take comot them. Make una join hand with us, make our national voter register for better well. Now INEC they bring una this message. Now we they make una vote count. Now we they make our democracy stand gidigba.
Bayelsa State, home of peace, yo. We are for the peace.
Dear esteemed community leaders and people of Bayelsa State, the Doiduri-led prosperity government is committed to transforming our rural communities into thriving hubs of development. We believe that every community deserves access to absolute peace and quality standard of living. To actualize this vision, we need your support and partnership. Join forces with us to improve rural infrastructure, enhance quality education, boost healthcare, and foster economic growth. Together, we can create opportunities for youth empowerment and employment, promote cultural heritage, and ensure food security and strengthen community social services. How you can support, participate in community engagement forums, and collaborate with local government authorities and the Ministry of Community Development. Come, let's build a prosperous Bayelsa together.
Let there be peace, all for peace.
Courtesy, Honorable Alfred Belamonte Watson, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Community Development. The impacts of climate change are upon us, necessitating adaptation and resilient building. In Bayelsa State, the recent annual rainy season has brought severe consequences, including excessive flash floods and river flooding, causing untold hardship for residents. However, under the leadership of His Excellency, Senator Doiduri, the prosperity government has taken proactive measures to mitigate these effects. The establishment of the Directorate of Floods and Erosion Control, along with the strengthening of other related agencies such as the Bayelsa State Emergency Management Agency, demonstrates a commitment to reducing the impact of floods. To further enhance resilience, major blocks, canals, river outlets, and drainage systems are being cleared, and higher grounds have been identified in all 8 local government areas to provide safe havens during floods. While the government is dedicated to ensuring the well-being of Bayelsans, residents also have a crucial role to play by cooperating with government agencies, staying alert to flood warnings, maintaining a clean environment, clearing blocked drainages, and reporting challenges to relevant authorities for prompt action. Through collective efforts, we can bolster our resilience and effectively combat the challenges posed by climate change. Stay safe. Courtesy, Office of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Environment, Honorable A.B. Ben Olulu.
Every ripple starts with a single drop. In Bayelsa, that drop is the Education Development Trust Fund Board (EDTF). From the moment a child sits down to a nutritious meal to the day a scientist steps into a brand new laboratory, EDTF is there, turning challenges into opportunities. 5,000 meals served daily in our model boarding secondary schools. Biological sciences laboratory equipment delivered to Naija Delta University. 1,000 teachers and school leaders trained with the British Council. Special education teachers graduating from Ignatius Ajuru University under EDTF. Scholarship research grants fueling innovation in our state-owned tertiary institutions. TVET, science labs, water facilities, culinary kitchens, and clinical labs springing up across Bayelsa. Vocational scaffolding trainings and a computer-based testing center at UAT Tororua. These are not just projects, they are ripples that spread across classrooms, communities, and the entire state. But a ripple grows stronger when more hands join the water. So whether you're an organization, or a corporate partner, or an individual who believes in education, you can be part of this ripple. Support EDTF and help us expand Ripple. Donate, partner, or volunteer today. Together, let's transform our educational landscape. EDTF, building futures and putting smiles on faces.
I want to see what
It's on. Yes, so Enjoy Youth Council Worldwide (IYC) Resurgence Mission 2026 don't come o. Now tested leader, a seasoned administrator, and strong voice for Ijaw Nation. Barrister Ayibakura Igbeta, PhD, former legal advisor of the Enjoy Youth Council Worldwide, former SA Media and Publicity to MD CEO of NDDC, former SA on Youth Affairs to Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, and Naimi currently Secretary General Bayelsa State Center for Youth Development. In vision, they very clear: unity for the council and protection of Ijaw people rights for all Naija Delta. The support for Tantisa Security Initiative and make government put better money for Naija Delta agencies, plus opportunity for all Ijaw youth for inside job matter and development. Yes, so thank God is for us to select the correct secretary. We go pilot the affairs of the Enjoy Youth Council Worldwide (IYC) 2026.
On today, I am joined by someone who is no less interesting, and we have a conversation that many have shied away from for a while. Conversation that we should start talking about, especially because it's something that many would say is responsible for some of the challenges we're having, especially around governance in Nigeria. But yeah, today, let's discuss record keeping. We have an author joining us, and let me introduce our guest today on the program. She is Patience Doye Odele, an auditor who's worked with the Office of the Auditor General of Federation for 13 years plus. I'd like to add that. It's good to have you. Well, my name is Henry Ramifula. Good day and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I should also add she's a model who has interest around African styles and all those.
Yeah.
How do you pair both together? You're an author, you write, and then you're also a model. How do you pair these two? And you're also an auditor, just so we add, like 3 things in one.
Yeah.
3 things, one person doing 3 things. How do you pair these?
That's because we all have different aspects in life. So life, as you grow every day, you grow up with different things. You try to identify that you have different kind of things. So I know I love fashion. I love makeup as well, but I really love fashion. I just feel like as an Ijaw woman, sorry to say, but you know, Ijaw, we have culture and we believe in pride of we are proud of our culture.
I couldn't
So,
agree more.
and I grew up seeing my grandma always with African fabrics. Whenever my dad wants to buy her a gift, he has to get African fabric. If not, there will be problem. So I just told myself, growing up, oh my God, I think I want to be an African queen someday, showcasing African fabric all over the world. So when I heard about a show in Lagos, like you have to, then I was not in the country when I heard about it because it was my friend's show, Lola Sean. Kudos to you, Lola Sean, if you're watching me right now. And then I told her about it and she was like, oh, you have to come up on my show. Like, just come give us what you have. So I was on a runway in Lagos. I did well, but I mean, it's not easy joining both together, work.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
One could simply say that it's, like you mentioned, passion. You went to school and then you're an auditor, yeah? And afterwards, from the experience, auditing for several years, you could write a book. That's how you're an author. But then there is something that is always you're always passionate about, and that's clearly hitting runways and being a model, especially around the African thing. Well, I'm happy so, and it's good to have you again on the program. Let's now narrow into our conversation for the day: record keeping, quite specifically. Record keeping and accountability, strengthening institutions through proper documentation. Do you think there is a dearth? Do you think there's a problem somewhere? I mean, what must have necessitated this? What motivated you to put pen to paper and say, let's talk about record keeping? It's a problem in Nigeria, or maybe it's a problem across Nigeria.
It is a big problem because I think Nigeria don't have this culture of record keeping. Sorry to say, but it's what I find out as an auditor. Most time when I go out to audit agencies, parastatals, I've been opportune, like I said earlier, I have been opportune to audit both ministries, federal medical centers, teaching hospitals, and even audit Nigerian House Atlanta, Nigerian House New York, and Nigerian House Washington DC. It's the same thing all over. When you go, you find out that there are lapses. When I mean lapses, the internal control is not as it may be. That's where you find out lapses. We have this culture of I don't care. They don't like keeping. And when you don't keep record, you find there are problems. That means you are trying to tell us you're not transparent enough. Because if you're transparent enough, you should be able to keep proper record. Growing up, we know I am from a polygamous home, and then we are 10 in number. Growing up, my dad works with Nigerian Ajip Oil Company. We all have our files growing up because he's always offshore. So my stepmom, if you need anything, you keep record. You keep record. Growing up, I understood the language of record keeping because my father cannot just give my stepmom 2 million naira and then she will not be able to keep record of the 2 million naira. Come on.
So that's how it starts. They give you 2 million naira to get certain things and you have to document.
Yes, in your home, you keep records. In your offices, those files, they carry up and down, trying to do. It's record keeping. You can't say federal government now will give an agency 30 billion naira for their overhead or for capital. Then you are doing something else. It's when you keep proper record. Those that come in to audit, they will check it and see if you actually follow the proper record and if you are keeping the proper record. That's why we are having many lapses in Nigeria when proper records are not kept. And I think that's why the Auditor General is focused on proper record keeping. And I, as an auditor that have been opportune to work over 13 years, I think proper record keeping helps everybody. Not just because I'm an auditor, I'm saying it generally.
Oh, do you think many would not want to keep records because it just might come back to, bite them in the...
No, that is why I said that's where transparency come in. If you're transparent in what you're doing, it's just like you having a business. If you have a business and somebody comes to purchase, you have to record all this stuff. If it's in your invoice, you have given me a copy. Then you're showing me that you're transparent. At any time, I can always say, this is what I did with this person, and it's on record. If it's not on record, that means you are not sure. I can come up with anything. Even your landed properties, they are your record. Your birth certificates, they are your records. My passport was stolen in Dominican Republic some years ago when I was in America and I left. I went to Dominican Republic and I couldn't come back to Nigeria because I needed those documents to file, to go to the embassy and to do stuffs.
Is this a Nigerian thing, or we can broaden it and say it's an African thing? Is it specifically Nigerians that don't like keeping records?
Nigerians don't really like keeping record. I'm telling you, even the population demand in Nigeria, we don't know how many we are. They are just giving record numbers. that we are not sure of. We are not sure of.
Population of Nigeria,
yes.
Say 230 million plus.
America today, I will use them as an example, not because I'm a fan, but when you get to America today, it's just that they don't want to pick you because you have not committed an offense, but they know you are in that country. It's when you have an offense, that's when you know that government know you were in this country, but they just left you to be chilling. Immediately you enter that country, as you buy your line, you are already in the system. You are already there. Somebody can just put your phone number, your name, and search you. Is that sweet? But in Nigeria, I mean, come on. But we are trying. We are trying our best. That's why auditors are saying keep proper record. And that's why I have come as well to say the generation coming need to understand the language of record keeping, because it helps. It helps you keep your finances properly, your landed property. If something happened in your family now and you go to the bank, that's when you hear stories like, you are the next of kin, but I mean, let's see the document that says this property needs to be handed over to you.
Could we like have a problem with manually storing data like information? And given that we now have it's the digital times, can we just do the switching? Would that solve our problem?
It will only solve the problem when individuals are ready to put in the work. If you like, get all the data. If you don't put in those things in the data, how will you get them in there? There needs to be an input.
Alrighty, let's stretch this further. I understand for an individual who is into business and, I mean, of course, for your personal needs, there's the importance of keeping the records. So, I mean, for those persons who are into governance, how can we really make them keep records, especially when they don't want to keep records? They know what they are doing, you know.
No, you can't just say you know what you're doing.
I mean, they know what they're doing as per, they know the owners of their work. I mean, they know that they don't want to keep records for a particular purpose.
You just have to keep record for every purpose.
You know, even when the records are kept, we hear sometimes after they leave office, snake swallowed, offices got burnt. You know, all of those things.
I don't want to go into all that.
Yeah, I understand. No, I mean, I'm just trying to make you understand where I was going.
But what I'm saying is, now in this digital era that we are, that's why you cannot just burn some records. Now, if they're out there, they're out there. And that's why most of these big people we have out there don't want people coming up on social media to say stuff, because the social media is like keeping record. It keeps history. It's part of record keeping. When I tell someone during the book launch, I actually use Guinness World Record as a reference, and I was saying Guinness World Record, it's a platform, somebody just come up with it, and now it's big because people go in there to showcase themselves. You cannot tell me that's not what they're doing. And they have records of the tallest man for years. You go there to do those research. Those are records.
But when we say Nigerians don't like record keeping,
they don't like record keeping. They only try to showcase.
You know, in recent years, it's like mostly Nigerians that have been going for this.
They only like to showcase themselves, you know. It's not because they like to keep proper record. That's why you see we have problem on and on and on and on. If we are here, sorry, I would not want to involve the president in this when they cannot even give proper record of his academic profile. I mean, come on, what kind of record are we keeping then?
They've always referred to Chicago, and, well, it was controversial at some point, but then it came out, certificates from Chicago, it came out.
When you cannot trace all those stuffs.
It's controversial.
That is why you can always hear in Nigeria people going to change their date of birth. It's common here in Nigeria. You hear people saying, oh, this person, some persons know themselves.
So I like to think now that
if they are proper record, I don't think
you
that will
keeping
happen.
record, and also because date of birth is recorded to a great extent, because after they give you a certificate. Do they not have database
they don't have a proper database that shows all these things in the system. You can just wake up now today, go to any court, swear an affidavit, and said you want to. Yes, you
and
swear
saying,
an
hey,
affidavit and you said this is your date of birth, and you start using it. There is no record that have shown that since the day you were born, this record has been kept, and this person, Mr. John, so person, this is his name, this is his date of birth. It's there. If there is a proper record, immediately they put in your name, everything pops up. That's why you see in some country you can't use people's identity to go and work, because it's going to show you are not the person. You can do some odd jobs where they will not need your fingerprint, but immediately they use your fingerprint, your name come up, your data.
What is so hard? We have the banking sector, and they have been pretty much digitalized. And we know that if we're talking about record keeping, the banking sector does pretty well at that, no? And several other sectors, I mean, fintechs these days, record keeping is like that thing.
That's the reason.
How come we've not been able to tap into this? I mean, every other sector, especially the public service.
Don't just say the public service. That's why we have the issue in Nigeria. I'm saying individuals like to take things personal when it comes to them. You know, private organization, they don't really play with their stuff because it's private. They want to focus, they want to build, and that is what is making them to stand out. Because if I have a business, definitely I want to know what comes in and what goes out. But if it's a government office, like here now in this studio, if I'm an auditor now, I will give you guys a query. Because you don't even have a template or something that shows that these are the items that belong to this particular studio.
You don't know that for sure.
Yes, because they are supposed to be recorded to show that these are.
That's what I'm telling you. That I'm defending us now. We have.
I can't see them. No, they are not numbers. Your tables, your decks. There is supposed to be an inventory. When I come in, the first thing I'm supposed to see on the wall is inventory. To know what you have in your studio. These are the items.
Is that something you're supposed to see? We've not allowed you to audit our firm.
I'm not auditing you now. I'm just trying to say, as an auditor, if I'm here to do my job professionally.
It will be hard for you, right?
No, I will give you a query because you are trying to act like you want to do fraud. Anybody can come in here and go with these sites too. You understand? Because it's not carrying the number or a label showing that it is for this institute.
Okay.
So that is why
what you're saying is it is important that every organization
have an inventory.
Has that inventory.
Yes. Inventory is what shows that these things belong to this particular organization, and these are the number of systems we have here. These are the number of chairs we have here. These are the number of tables we have.
Being numbered, is it not possible it's known? I know we have an inventory, but being numbered like that, I don't quite know that because clearly I see it's
not. Maybe your inventory is not out here for us.
It's not on the wall, but it's on a book.
Okay, it's fine. Thank God you're still keeping record. At least you're showing record.
No, I'm trying to defend us because you are throwing us. No, so I'm not trying to allow that happen.
I'm just trying to give an instance that if Nigerians actually want to do what they want to do, the country will get better. Because some of us, I think, they know what to do, but because they don't like implying it, they don't want to put it in place, they don't want it to work. They will even put off effort to kill it. I don't know why. Okay,
so birth certificates. Death certificates, these are important records to keep. But given that as it stands now, we don't have that database, what are the practical steps we could take as citizens, as those who care for their country, to ensure that the institutions responsible for these are up to task, or to make the federal government, for instance, look more into it?
We can't drag anyone, and we can't just bring anyone to book. Like I said, these people, they are listening, they are watching, they are out there, they know what is going on. That's why people like Patience have come out to say we need to make people understand the language of record keeping the more. So the more this book goes out, reach out to people, I think a lot of people will sit out. I was so happy when I met with the Commissioner of Finance. Sorry, I'm bringing this here. And then he just glanced through the book and he was like, oh my God, I wish the youth would want to read this. I mean, I'm so proud, like somebody could pick up my book, a man well read at his age and in his position, just going through my book and telling me, baby girl, you've done so well. I was proud of myself. Seriously. So he was saying, oh my God, I wish this youth will want to go through this, want to read this. I would have loved to buy more copies from you. He ordered a lot of copies, which I don't have them here. I'm going to send them over from Abuja. But he said he wished because the book is good. So if the government is supporting people that are writing, a lot of authors that could come up with things like this, I mean, it will help because the information will go viral. It's not just talking about makeup, TikTok and all. Other things need to go viral too. But people don't like promoting things like this. Obviously, I'm not showcasing something sexy. So why would they want to promote it?
Okay, well, we're here to promote it. When you say people don't like to.
Yeah, really.
we are part of people in Nigeria now.
That's why I'm proud that your studio could actually recognize
good thing. So let me use and cover my face so they will see it properly. But well, record keeping fundamentals. And there is some sort of rider securing your legacy in Nigeria's tax era. And I want to narrow in on this particular rider now. It seems as though this ties into all of the stories we've had about, taxation and what's really coming up. record keeping fundamentals, securing your legacy in Nigeria's tax era. Are we doing this record keeping just so we can be able to pay our taxes? Is that the importance of it?
No.
I just want this to
yes,
be better.
Yes, the record keeping in this tax era is not saying because it's a tax era per se, in quote. Now, that is why we talked about the principle. What is record keeping? We mentioned the example. So this is a guideline. It's what will help you so that you don't have difficulties. Even when you're hearing, you don't need to panic that, oh, this is tax day, so this is going to be happening. No. But when you follow this guideline, when you follow this book, you understand the language of what they are saying. Okay. You understand what they are saying.
Okay, you understand what the Nigerian tax system
is talking about.
Exactly what.
And the book is not basically a tax book. It's not, because when I say record keeping fundamental, people say, oh, she's an accountant, it's like bookkeeping. No. My book is a social and academic book. It's social in the aspect we talked about passport, we talked about landed properties, we talk about birth certificate, we talk about every other thing. And still we still have basics of accounting, how you could manage your record keeping and all that.
We could talk about passports a little more. I know that the Minister of Interior, and particularly this Minister of Interior, Labunji, I'm trying to get his name correctly now, but yeah, the current Minister of Interior has somehow digitalized the whole process.
Oh my God! Don't even bring me into that.
No, I want to. I
had a big problem with that. Actually, when I'm gonna say this here on air. When I was in Dominican Republic, when I lost my passport, I reached out because
Dominican is also like Nigeria.
It's an island. Yeah, it's beautiful and they are cool people.
Is it a third world country too? Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, third world country.
Yeah, so
please don't tell us they are better than us.
They have lights.
I thought that, okay, I would not have.
They have lights.
No, we have lights.
They actually generate their light from water energy.
And
because
we have a lot
it's
of
an
that in
island. Yeah, so I was thinking, Nigeria would have come partner with these people, know what is going on. This water covering everywhere, Niger Delta, down to Kogi, Port Harcourt. Everywhere there will be light.
Okay.
In Dominican, they don't. If they take light, it will not be up to 45 minutes.
Well, I guess
their drinks are so chill. Anyway, I will not talk about that because that's not why I'm here.
The passports and the Minister of Interior, I think you wanted to scale. What are the challenges you might have noticed in all of its operations?
Getting a passport when you're outside Nigeria, especially in Dominica, my personal experience, it was difficult because there's no Nigerian embassy in Dominican Republic. So the closest one I could reach out to was Jamaica. And then Jamaica said they are not issuing out passport, that they will give me an e-ticket to go back to my country. And I'm like, I don't want to feel people feeling like I was deported. No. So I really wanted a passport because I wanted to get my visa back and all that. It was difficult. And then I was told that a lot of people buy passports from Nigeria that are non-Nigerians. So it was difficult getting the passport. So I would like to advise that Nigerian government should look into things like this.
But getting a Nigerian passport is much better than it was a few years back. Olabunji, 2G.
The online stuff is not working. I paid the money. Till today, the money was not refunded. Online, I could show you the app on my phone where you go on immigration website online. I paid the money, and at the end of the day, I was not able to get the passport. But they say it's contactless. That was what it was captured. To get a contactless passport, you can get your passport anywhere. It didn't work. I don't know if it's working perfectly right now because that was like last year, May last year. I was in Dominican Republic for over 7 months running bills on my own after I was robbed. So I would definitely tell you it's a no, it's not working.
Okay. Our sympathies.
Thank you.
I heard you mention robbed, and it's a very, very sad experience, and no one should experience.
But Dominicans were nice, so I had so much fun. It's just that I needed the money to be flexing, but there was no much
I like to think that even if it's a third world country, it's you mentioned lights, and I'm sure that they also have water running in their houses.
And I know you will like beautiful girls.
No, that's something that we will discuss after the program.
Vacation there is not a bad one.
Yes, please. So I want to get into the content of this. What are people looking out for? I'd like you to state this clearly again, what people are looking out for. What are the things, the major areas we are looking out for when we purchase this book?
I want to say, when anybody that wants to purchase the book, you should just come with an open mind, because sometimes it's not by buying a book or just getting a book. You have to have it in mind that as I want to pick up this book, I want to read the book in lines and understand it. If you pick up a book and you read it and you don't understand, you don't get the message. It's just like going through a paragraph. But the book is very simple, and I know that anybody that picks the book will understand it. And I just made it very simple and clear that anybody that picks this book, you have to go with something. There is no way you read this book that you not go with something.
You know, when you
and your mindset will change about record keeping. You just want to sit up and say, oh my God, I never knew this could help. I never knew. I wish somebody would have come up with it. I wish I have known this for long.
You know when you mentioned the record, when you mentioned the Commissioner for Finance, Mark Solibiba, I believe. Yeah. He talked about youths, him wishing the youths would love this. And there is something they say, is it a Nigerian or an African thing? If you keep money inside of a book, or if you keep a jewel inside of a book, that Nigerians are never finding it.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you written this book for youths, or is it people that are? Is it Gen Z-like book? Is it for millennials, or is it those who are already adults? And
the book is for everybody.
Because
but not
while it's a Nigerian thing to not really read books, it's a Gen Z thing to not even try and notice the book.
The Gen Z, that is why we are trying to. Everything has to go online too for them to be able to, But I believe this Gen Z too, they want to grow. Everybody wants a better life. Everybody will want to know how to secure what they have worked for. Even if you're on TikTok dancing and you're making so much money, you will not want somebody to come and tell you one day that your own money just went, or one bank somewhere just woke up and declared what you have, or maybe every day you're seeing deduction and you don't know how your money has been deducted. You don't know what you purchased. You just spend money. No, that's why even in your phone, whenever you spend any money or money is withdrawn, they send you an alert immediately.
You're speaking to me.
I send you those alerts. You go sometime, you check your bank statement, you see these things because they are important. These people already know what record keeping is. At the airport, you buy a ticket you want to board. Before you get to the airport, they already have your details there. When you come, you're showing them, I'm going to Lagos, I'm not going to Abuja. Your name is in the system. Your name is even there on the flight you're going with and the time. That's to tell you, maybe that day they have like 5 flights leaving Bayelsa to Port Harcourt or Bayelsa to Lagos. And then your name is not in that morning flight, except you go and talk to them there. You don't just go there and board the morning flight because you bought a ticket. That they understand what record keeping is.
Okay, when people try to keep records and all of the information, what would you say are certain common mistakes that they could make? Institutions and business people.
I will say it and say it over and over, is lack of internal control. When the foundation is not solid, there will be problem.
What's that internal control and foundation? It seems that there is a generic thing. I'd like for you to expand on it so we understand.
If you have an organization and the people working under you don't understand what it is, how will they be able to deliver? How will you deliver? How will you give out what you don't know? Or when you come to a place, but this is the system you meet on ground. There are some people that will tell you, wait for your time. Don't come and show yourself here. It's not like this person don't know it, but because you feel you are the boss, you don't allow this person to shine. That is where we are.
Okay, let's
allow people.
Contextualize a bit. I want to start keeping records.
Okay.
I've already started. What are those mistakes you think I could be doing that I don't even know I'm doing these mistakes, in trying to keep record? I had mentioned the youths and Gen Zs. I want for us to talk in a way that they would understand. Okay. They would see what we are saying. And also think of it as something they should try. Record keeping. Yes.
Yes, if you want to bring the Gen Z in, I want to say, as a Gen Z, like I said, we all spend money. We buy things day in, day out. So you can't just say because you're a Gen Z body, you have 1 million naira, you just want to burn it. If you don't keep this record, I still go back. If you don't keep a proper record, you don't do check. You don't check and balance. You're not going anywhere. Or you just keep blowing.
What are the drawbacks not keeping record?
If you don't keep record, then you're failing now. You have to keep record.
Failing is rather generic. I want to know specifically, what are we doing if we don't keep records?
If you don't keep records, you're failing. That's what I'm saying.
Because
you have to keep records.
For a typical Nigerian now, I'm not sure that... they say something around the Nigerian tax stuff, that it is... In short, if you keep the record, then you'll be taxed more.
No. You have to keep the record. You identify. You are open. that is, people should not be afraid saying I don't want to keep record because you'll be taxed, or because if there is a problem tomorrow they will trace me. No, that's because you don't want to show that your transparency is important to me.
You having criminal tendencies.
Maybe you have that kind of mindset or something, because I mean, if you're
not
open,
me,
I mean, whoever wants that kind of thing. I'm not saying you in person, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, I get that totally. I just had to throw it in. But yeah, risks and consequences is that you'd likely fail in your business. You have mentioned that because, well, you decide not to keep.
Also, I think life without record keeping is boring, because, I mean, if you're not keeping record, what are you doing, bro?
Okay.
Even your life as it is, when you started nursery school till now, you've been keeping records of your primary school, secondary school. It's a process it's your life. It's a process. You growing up till this time.
Who are not exactly they don't do well with the nostalgic feelings, and when they see some of these photos, it gives them some sort of feeling, and they don't want to. But I mean, that's not the accounting part of it.
You can't take it out.
I mean, record keeping, generally speaking, now when it has to you taking photos, you did a graduation, you took photos, you did your child dedication, you took photos. Sometimes, I don't know, some persons think that there are memories associated with this time that they would not want to go back.
Maybe the bad memories, but they are still record. Bad or good, that is why they do documentary. Way back, people still do documentary because it's still a way of record keeping. They are trying to project the past and the present. That's what documentary does.
Okay, it's good to know. Fundamentals, record keeping fundamentals, securing your legacy in Nigeria's tax era. If you're just now clicking on the watch link, I have as guest Patience Doye Odele, and on this episode of Chat with Naija Live TV, we are discussing, like I mentioned, record keeping fundamentals, securing your legacy in Nigeria's tax era. Patience Doye Odele is an author who is also one who runs runways or walks runways. Yeah, he's a model and also has that thing for African clothing particularly. But yeah, let's narrow in further into the conversation around record keeping and the fundamentals of record keeping. We'd like you to scale again. What do you think that organizations, I had asked this question before, public institutions, the civil service in Bayelsa, they are one people that you might likely say that even if they keep records, it is hard for you to get to it, especially when you're looking to, if you go to FMC, you go to, what is it called now, NDUTH, you go to any of the public institutions. Now, the records might be there, but digging into the records, many would say, is a problem. And so it feels as though the information is lost in data that is not properly categorized. How do you think digital record keeping ties into this? Do you think Nigeria or Bayelsa, for instance, is ready, particularly where we have problems with electric power supply? You know, it's a thing around Nigeria. We don't have proper power supply. And when we say these things need light, but hey, do you think that we are ready to do this, given that there is a challenge already with you going to the hospital and you're sick, before they find your file, it's a problem? Do you think it's something we can immediately start embracing? And
you know, everything has a process. Even pregnancy has a process. You don't just get pregnant today and give birth to a child. You have to nurture the pregnancy, face all the challenges the pregnancy will bring, because pregnancy comes in different styles. Your first child and your second child, the pregnancy symptom might not be the same. So in that aspect, I will not be able to give out proper information guiding how the country is going to help this, but I know that it's a process. If they put in proper process, follow the proper guideline, we will get it in the future. I'm not saying it's something they can get now, because it's not something just one person can just do, but when the proper plans are being put in place, we'll get there.
Okay. What vital registries do you think that it's absolutely necessary for we to start keeping? I mean, you had mentioned birth certificates and death certificates. Are there others that you think it's absolutely necessary that the country or the state start keeping?
Yes, landed properties too. Why I bring in landed properties, like I mentioned, if you have a problem, probably somebody passed away, and then you start having family coming to fight the wife or to fight the siblings. If these things are kept well recorded, I don't think somebody would just come in and say, and that house that belongs to my father in Port Harcourt belongs to them. I mean, come on.
These things also undergo wear and tear, and ours is a state that from time to time we hear the flooding. A person they try to survive, flood don't come, you're trying to dodge for your life and you're also trying to protect your property. Are there ways we could go around this?
I'm not a flood expert, so I don't really know what to say.
Would we rather start doing digital record keeping?
It is.
As in taking digital record keeping to be much more important than you having a physical document. So in lieu of you signing physically, you sign digitally and you store it somewhere, a cloud database that you are certain that if you go there in 2090, you would get the information.
Most agencies are doing that now. Like in my office now, they keep telling you everybody needs to go into IT audit. So even the head of service herself is trying. When I went to invite her for my book launch, she was like, no, you don't need to bring a hard copy to me. You need to go online, send it online. So I think I will talk about the civil service. The civil service is working towards that. And I know most agencies were doing this. They picked up during the COVID. So most of the organizations, that's why you find out most people can tell you, I'm working from home now. I'm doing this from home. I'm doing that from home. So it's something the country can do. If COVID could come and people were able to sort out their organizations, to work from home, that's to tell you the digital system is coming to stay. Okay. Even before the digital system, people have been keeping strong record in some other strong way. That's where you see people saying, I have backup stuffs. Like you working here now, you people have some, I don't know what it's called, but we people use it to have a lot of movies. Back then in school, a lot of people have it. They have it's a backup stuff when you have
drive and has
yes. So those are stuff that you can still go back and go through it. All those flash, all those stuff are stuff that we were using to keep records growing up. So now they have modernized way of keeping records too, and I think most agencies should invest in that.
Okay, writing record keeping fundamentals must have been very challenging for you. Could you walk us through it? What are some of the challenges you must have experienced in trying to bring this book to fruition?
Financial challenge. There's anytime most people have dreams, but they don't utilize this dream because there is no support. They don't have, I want to start this business, I want to do this, I want to do that, but there's no support. But in my own case, like I said, when I have a problem that in Dominican Republic, I thought of writing a book. It has been in my head, but I never knew that I was going to write anything on record keeping, sincerely. So there was the day I was just in my washroom, and then the Holy Spirit actually dropped this word. If you ask my friends now, they'll tell you I'm this nonchalant person that they never thought I'll have a book. Because I'm not this kind of person, book kind of person. Even my professor in school will be surprised.
This is you keeping your own record?
Yes. So it was when that incident occurred, and then I was in my washroom, and this inspiration come, Patience, why don't you pen down something on record keeping? And I'm like, record keeping, how, where? And you're like, you've worked in this office for over 12, 13 years. If you cannot put on something, what are you now doing? And then I always remember in my head, I don't forget stuff easily. Like growing up, if my dad is trying to find an information, he comes to me. So I'm like, if my head can be keeping so much record, there should be a book called Record Keeping Fundamentals. That is how I gave birth to this lovely book here.
Oh, that's really good to know. So for that person who's really looking to get into your book and get into the meat of what you're saying in your book, what's your advice to them? Say this as we wrap up.
I know this book is blessed. It's not just a book. Like I said, pick this book. Anywhere you find this book, just read it. Even in my hotel, I actually gave one to someone in the reception. And one of the colleagues came to beg me like, oh my God, I just picked this book and I just read just few lines of this book. And I found it interesting. That can I just have? I'm like, it's okay, but I don't have money to pay because actually a copy of this book is 20,000 naira. And I'm like, don't worry, I'll give you one. For you to even show me the interest that you read it and you love the book. It's a book you will love. It's a book that will educate people. It's a book that will improve your thinking. It's a book that will just make you grow, just change your mindset. It will change anybody's mindset that pick up this book.
Can one buy the copy of the book? In Bielsa, or would have to order it?
So many people have been ordering the book, not just here, even in Benue State and also in Naija State.
So you typically have to order it, not buy? So it's not available in any of the bookshops around town?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. The book, we just launched the book, and I've been busy with my own assignment. Like I said, I'm an auditor. I'm in international audit department. So we've been auditing VCDP for a long time. Sorry, I'm bringing that here. That's my personal work stuff. I'm not supposed to say that here, but I've been so busy, like, so.
Okay. So what's the process of ordering like now? How does one get this book? Because, it's already of interest to me, and I feel like I want to order, but hey.
No, but you have one. You have a copy already. But anybody that wants to order,
a copy?
Of course.
Okay.
You have a copy. Why not?
Okay.
Am I that stingy? It's part of record keeping.
I mean, it's business, but thank you so much.
No, it is business, but I mean, we are here. We're doing it together. So if there's anything I should leave with you, is to show you.
I know the book is really of interest.
Thank you.
From the things you've said, I really want to dig into it. But yeah. What are the ways to order? Is there like a link? Is it like a number to call?
Yes, it's a number to call for now, and I think there is a link, but I don't think I have the link now because I have someone managing me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not big yet, but I mean I have a manager.
Yeah, typically, of course, so you can make proper sales and all of those things. But you maybe you want to leave out the number.
Okay. I can do that.
Just leave out the number online too. We'll do it 2 times and subsequently we'll display it on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The number to get this book, this lovely. Can you just hold a piece?
Yes, please.
For them
I
to see?
can.
Oh, thank you so much. The number to get this beautiful piece here, 080-3892-4805. I'll take that again. 080-3892-4805. And if you're ordering this book, it comes with a gift from me, the author. Yeah,
from
special gift.
Heart to you, you know. Alrighty. Patience Doye Odele, Madam Patience Doye Odele. It's been good to have you. CNA. We didn't add that part area. But yeah, it's good it's really good to have you.
Thank you.
Do justice to this very conversation. And here's also me saying that it's important to get this book, Record Keeping Fundamentals, because, as she says, anyways, in Nigeria, one of the most expensive problems is also one of the least recognized, the absence of proper records. You don't want to be caught not keeping records. My name is Henry Ahamoifla. It's been Chat with Naija Live TV, and I've had Patience Doye Odele. Madam, please. Thank you plenty. See you on another edition of Chat with Naija Live TV. Okay, how many will do, bro?
Was it good?
I
sure?
The conversation was good, but I think so for each 1 hour.
Oh my God! Yes, that's my elder brother. That's my elder brother.
Oh yeah, make you quickly vote Barrister Ibakra Igbeta PhD for Secretary General, Ijo Youth Council Worldwide. Vote wisely. Ado Alua Onua.